We are live. I am Karen Ray. This is Fave Lifestyles. Welcome everyone to our community. We are a lifestyle brand and community of women 45 plus, and we are sharing our experts who are providing resources and guiding us through life to create our inspired life and our fave life. And today I am so thrilled to have Tiffany Gough. Tiffany, welcome.
Hi, I'm so happy, excited to be here too.
I was so excited to have you today. We get to chat right before we go live, and I was telling Tiffany that she brings out the sparkle, and so I went special to bring my sparkle earrings and my fur because she has a book that is called "You Are Perfectly Flawed and Rarer Than Any Diamond."
Yeah.
Tiffany, congratulations on your book. I hear you are number 3 on Amazon in your category.
Yeah, I still can't believe it. I launched this in May of 2020 of all things. And in October, it hit number 3 in the self-esteem, self-help section for the Kindle. So, and what's really exciting is pretty soon it'll be live on Audible. Yay! I'm so excited. I can hardly wait. So, yay.
Make sure you tell us when it does go live on Audible, because I know so many of our women love our big readers. They love Audible. They love just to improve and create their best life. So Tiffany, tell us a little bit about us. How did you even start writing a book? Tell us a little bit about you.
So, it's funny. I've had some really unusual life experiences in my life. And I'm 51. And it's for the longest time, clients were telling me, you need to write a book about some of my experiences, because I was explaining certain things when they were telling me what they were going through and the struggles.
Mm-hmm.
And I basically used some of my experiences to help them too. And they're like, oh my gosh, you've got to put this in a book. And for the longest time, I struggled with, who am I to write the book? I'm not any specialist or, whatever. I'm not this guru person, right? And then it was so funny. It's just like, and I'm a believer, and it was just like God kept saying, I'm giving you all these experiences for a reason, right? And God wouldn't say this, but he's basically saying, write the damn book, girl. And and I fought it for so long because I just, I'm severely dyslexic. It's something I don't share with a whole lot of people, but reading and writing was so hard for me all my life that I'm thinking, how am I going to write a book? And it's funny because when I finally sat down to it and I told a couple of people about it privately, and I said, I'm going to tell you a secret. I'm going to write a book. And I'm one of those people, if I say I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I've actually said it. I've let it out of my mouth. Now I've got to commit to it. And that was scary as all get out. That was probably one of the scariest things in my life. I mean, I've taken some crazy things, and I mean, I'm licensed. I'm licensed with the SEC and the Federal Trade and all that kind of stuff. And those tests were insanely crazy. But this was even scarier. Here I am writing a book, and I'm thinking, I'm going to look so stupid, and I just had all these fears and everything. And it was just like, when I finally sat down and started writing, it just flowed out of me. And it was like I'd been writing this book for years in my head, and it just came out of me. And it came in a kind of a jumbled mess, and it took a little bit to get it all chopped and put in the right spots and everything. But that's what I did. I mean, I was talking to one of my friends who's also a writer, and she said, just let it flow. Don't edit. Just let it go until it stops, like the faucet when you turn the faucet off. And eventually the faucet will start trickling and drip, 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 drip. And then she goes, at that point, then spend your time editing and moving stuff around. She goes, just let it flow out of you. And those are so true words here. And I got to tell you, and I probably shouldn't say this on live, but I'm going to do it because I'm committed. I am working on book number 2 right now.
Oh, excellent.
And so now I've said this, the monkey's out of the box again. So yeah, so I'm not going to say any more about that, but yeah.
So. Yeah, so we'll hold you to it. We'll be looking for your new book coming out. So let's talk, because your background is in finances, and here you are talking very raw about creating, about your imperfections and creating that diamond, if you will. And you talk a little bit about too, how can you or what can you do to preserve and create beauty in and around you when you have all these raw, rough edges that, and experiences that we've walked through?
And that's the truth. It really is. Like you said, today you knew you were going to sit with me and you put your fancy jewelry on, you put the fur on. Why don't we do this all the time for ourselves, even if it's just you, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just me. I mean, and everybody's talking about how, they're working from home. I come into my office, but again, I haven't had a client in my office since March. I still dress nice. I still do my hair and my makeup and wear nice shoes, especially if it's not raining. I wear my pretty shoes, my heels. My husband laughs at me. He goes, nobody sees your shoes. You're having to re-heel your shoes left and right. And I actually figured out how to do it myself now because I have been wearing them so much. But I'm not going to stop being who I am. And wearing lipstick under my mask. I don't care that nobody sees my lipstick. Lipstick is who I am. Okay. And I have actually ordered more lipstick during this pandemic, people. Because that's just who I am. I don't feel complete. I mean, I would never go out in public without my earrings on. I just can't do that. Yeah. So what I'm trying to say to you is, yeah, we're in this crazy pandemic. Yeah, we're having to wear a mask. Maybe we haven't seen people, but still be who you are, and see the beauty that is still around us. I mean, yeah, life is crazy, but you know what? I tell my clients all the time, you can't really go anywhere, but you know what? You can get in your car and you can drive up to, Deception Pass and see the beauty. You never get out of your car, but at least you're seeing it. You're not in your house. You don't have to stay in your house. You're not that locked down. Okay. Oh,
right. Oh my gosh. So let's just pause here a second. We have some ladies here with us, and one of them is asking what your book is called. And it's called You Are Perfectly Flawed and Rarer Than Any Diamond. And you can get this on Amazon, and the link is in the description here. And so ladies too, let us know, are you wearing lipstick under your mask? I do. I wear bright red or hot pink because Tiffany, you are one of our Fave Circle of Experts here at Fave Lifestyles. You have articles, and that is one of your articles too, as you were talking about. So to create that beauty and make your, do something for you, like you were just talking about. So ladies too, we are on a platform called StreamYard. And so if you are not registered with StreamYard, we can't see your name. So if you are there, I know there's a couple different ladies there saying good morning. If you could just tell us who you are and just put your name so we can say hello to you, that would be awesome. And so yeah, Tiffany, let's continue about really a diamond. What is that all about?
So, it just kind of came to me that because I've also loved jewelry my whole life, and I did lapidary, I did some jewelry making, and I learned how to cut and facet stones many years ago, and that's kind of how the whole diamond thing happened. And in my head was, we are all there's just one of each of us, and that means that we are so rare. I mean, and diamonds are rare too, to a point, but they're not that rare. But there's only one Karen Ray. There's only one Tiffany Gough. There never will be another Karen Ray or another Tiffany Gough in this whole world. This is it. That's how rare you are. And the thing is, in life happens, we're kind of like that raw, funky diamond. If you've ever seen a raw diamond, it's not real pretty. They're kind of funky and misshaped and, funky. They just are. And I talk about how babies are like that. They're kind of funky, misshapen. They're kind of like squishy. Some of them have that weird head, when they're first born. I'm calling it like it is. But, the thing in life is everything happens for a reason. And I really think that the things in our life that happen, we don't see them as a blessing at the time when you're going through them. But at the same time, like a lot of my clients, when they're going through a divorce, they're like, oh, this was hell. But then they get to the other side and they go, oh my gosh, I couldn't make that decision. I am so much happier now. And it's like that part gets cut off of you and it's gone. And it's getting more to who you are in this beauty. And that's what I really think about. Like whatever you're going through, it's just another facet in the diamond. And diamonds have multiple facets. And they shaped who each one of these are a facet. And they're not pleasant when you're being cut. And I'm sure it's probably not pleasant when the diamond's being cut either. But at the same time, if you don't, you're kind of this ugly, not ugly, but you're not like, you don't see the beauty, right?
Right.
But once it gets cut down to this, people are like, oh my gosh, I would love that or whatever. And that's the difference. We don't always see how beautiful we are, even when we're not perfectly cut, because of all our flaws. But the thing is, our flaws are there for a reason, because they make us unique too. So.
Oh, wow. That is right there. That is the crux of it. Just seeing, we talk a lot about the they because we're comparing ourselves and stuff. Who are the they? Who are the people, that we're comparing ourselves with?
And that's the thing, I hear, oh, well, they've got it all together, or they've got they've got this, blah, 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 blah. And the thing is, we all have different life paths. We all have different life paths too. Not the past, but the past, right? So, and they can't, and we don't know what they're going through either. And they don't know what we're going through. And when we see them and we think they've got all their shit together, believe you me, they don't have all their shit together. And if they ever get real with you, they would tell you that. But most people will tell you they've got all their shit together. They will tell you, oh no, my marriage is fine, my this is fine, da 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 da. And then later on, you find out they're getting divorced, and oh, by the way, he's been cheating on her for this many years, and has a kid on the side, and all the crap that never surfaced. And you're thinking the whole time they've got the perfect life, and you're thinking my life sucks. But that's what I want people to see is we can't compare ourselves to anybody else. Comparison is the thief of joy. Oh my gosh, it drives me nuts. It is the theft of joy. Yeah. It takes your joy anytime you compare yourself, no matter what. I'm not pretty enough, I'm not skinny enough, I'm not smart enough, whatever. That is them. You do you, sister.
Yes, that thief of joy. Heavens to Betsy. Let's get that out of our lives.
Yes. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Throw it out the door. Oh my God, that is so good. So, a lot of women feel lost or broken. So I know you talk a bit about that, about women feeling broken, and how do we walk through that?
Well, and the biggest thing I would say to people that are feeling that way is I want them to get down to the root of why they feel that way. And is it because somebody has told them that? Because here's the thing, whatever you think about expands. So if somebody told you weren't enough, and that keeps playing in your head, guess what? You never will be enough. Okay? Or if somebody tells you whatever it is, those are the things. Like, I've heard this my whole life. You have such a pretty face if only you lost weight. And I'm like, why don't they just say, you have such a beautiful face, and stop? Why do they feel like they've got to cut you, right? And it's because that's their own shit, okay? I am who I am. This is me, okay? I am not going to change me, for anybody else but me, okay? And the thing is that's their shit. That's their conception. I mean, I had somebody that I know that was a really good friend for years tell me, and this still just gets me to this day, I've got a great solution for you to lose weight, Tiffany. And she goes like this. And I'm thinking, okay, let's hear it. Because I've struggled with my weight my whole life. She goes, it's crystal meth. And I said, no, thank you. And I said, she goes, that's how I've lost all my weight. And I said, oh
dear.
And I said, wow. And I'm like, you know what? I can't be with a friend that does crystal meth and tells me I should do crystal meth to be a better person, because I need to be a good person, because I need to be thin. No, I would rather be me and not be doing crystal meth any day.
Yeah, that's a little bit much.
It's way bit much. And this is somebody that I had known for years and thought was a good friend. And she thought she was telling me the greatest thing since sliced bread. And I still just to this day, and I pray for her every day. I pray for her every day to get over it. And she is no longer the person that I knew in the very beginning. And it's really sad.
Yeah. So, and talking about, different subjects that you talk about on your book, because you talk about your story a bit here too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just to know and to be a little bit raw and to, be talking about ourselves, that must have been hard also to write about, because you were very vulnerable and opening up. I mean, just sharing your experiences. But, here at Fave, we talk a lot about women who inspire, and it's by our stories and our experiences.
Mm-hmm. And it's funny, I got a lot of flack from people that I wasn't raw enough, which is interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they wanted to hear all of my icky past. And I just was like, I don't want to give all my icky past light and air to breathe anymore.
Mm-hmm.
That is my icky past. It's not staying in my future. It's not in my present time. And the thing, that's why I say in my book too, is I don't want to give anybody PTSD reading what I've been through. Okay? Right? Nobody needs that. We all have our own shit. Do we really need to carry anybody else's shit at the same time? No, we don't. We need to get rid of our own shit, first of all. And we don't need to compare our struggles with anybody else's struggles. I think I shared enough to show how real I am and to show the things that I have been through. I mean, and my traumatic, brain injury. I mean, the fact that now here I am. I mean, I had to overcome a lot of things that people don't realize. And I didn't go deep in it in my book, but I literally, I mean, when you have a traumatic brain injury like I had, the fact that I can do what I do for a living to this day is huge. The fact that I had to really relearn a lot of stuff, and I get emotional when I think about it because I remember that. And I'm getting emotional right now because it was really hard. And yeah.
Wow. So I know traumatic brain injury can have so many different effects on your life. And to be able to work with finances, to be able to write a book. Oh, gosh, Tiffany, that's amazing. So giving hope to those other women that they can maybe, walk through those struggles themselves too. And that's what one of the things that I love about your book too, is that you give some little places for us to do little exercises to, kind of say, okay, this is what's happening, but what are we going to do with it?
Yeah. Because so many books are just, here's this, and you get so much, and you're like, you don't get to really recap and focus. And that's why I put the exercises in. And I've had a few people tell me, I'm still on chapter 3 because I'm still working on some exercises. And I'm like, go for it. Do it. Right?
So this is what I just wanted to kind of point out, because this is something that, I think our last point here is when all else fails, look at the sky. But this is one that looking at what things that you're going through your past, and jot down the details of your experience, the smells, the sounds, the sights, the feel, the calmness and peacefulness, and the adrenaline rush of it. And just remembering, kind of like, I call it my book of proof. Mm-hmm. And so I came up with, and I filled out this, one memory came up really clearly for me. And if ladies have an experience, a book of proof of something, of joy or whatever it is you want to experience. I have a picture that I post that I keep. And I remember it was a family experience we had down in Cancun, and I can feel the wind and I can smell the sea air and just the joy and all those experiences around that. So I just love that you have this example in here. So is there something that you could pull, what's a memory that you go to?
Oh yeah. So, mine's being just on the beach, and I'm a beach girl. And so a lot of them I have a lot of them that I use from the beach, and one of them is being on an extremely rocky beach, like rocks everywhere, not much sand, and finding the sand dollar the size of not even a dime, still perfectly in shape. And the sand dollar has always been something special to me. And it was just like God was saying, here I am.
Oh,
I still have it. I still have it to this day.
Oh my goodness, that is wonderful. Yeah. So,
I want to put it in like a little a little like thing so I could wear it, but I haven't done it yet. It's still I just on a shelf in a little box so I can look at it. So.
Oh my goodness. Well, thank you for sharing all your story, your wisdom, and I'm so excited for your next book. So when you say, when all else fails, look at the sky, what do you want the ladies to know from that?
So, well, when I say to people, when you feel like you are so lost and you are so alone, there's a part in the book where I talk about how the things that are cut off your diamond, I'm going to use my diamond to show you, when these parts are cut off, that's called diamond dust. And I really believe that the wind carries the diamond dust to the sky, and those are the night stars. And I think about all the imperfections that fill the stars and fills the sky. And remember all the crap that you had to go through to have some of those imperfections cut off. So look to the sky.
Okay, you're bringing tears to my eyes because I know we have all been through a lot, and a lot of people this last year experiencing things, knowing, feeling maybe lost or not having a purpose or all of those things. And to next time, just look at the sky.
I know when it's one of those starry nights, just go and look up at it and just, think, oh, that was this part of my life, or that was this part of my life, or that's when I lost this person or whatever. Mm-hmm. I really just feel like that everything that we've been through was a reason. And, that's just my own little quirky little thing about the diamond dust. But I really believe that's like those things that are cut off for a reason. And the air that in our life carries it up to the sky. And why couldn't it hang in the balance in the sky? Right?
Yeah. And be something beautiful.
Exactly. Something beautiful out of pain. And the other beauty part that happened is that made your diamond more into its shape. Because without that, and I also say in my book that at the end of when I believe our life is done, our diamond has been cut to all the parts have been cut, and it looks like this, or whatever shape it may be. And that's the day we die. And that's my own quirkiness, that's my own weird little belief. But, and that's why I talk about, through my book, there's been so many things in my life that I should have died in the past, but my diamond wasn't complete. And I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to keep changing the world as much as I can while I have more time on my life. And tomorrow's not promised to any of us. And I just want all of us to remember that every day is a present. And that's just what I want to say.
Well, that's wonderful. Tiffany, thank you so much. The ladies are commenting and saying that you are an inspiration. And yes, thank you. You have filled my heart this morning. I just love it. You are a woman who inspires. And I just appreciate you being here with us today and taking some time and sharing your story and your book with us. So ladies, again, it's called You Are Perfectly Flawed and Rarer Than Any Diamond. You can get it on Amazon. And Tiffany, congratulations on hitting #3 and your audiobook coming out. And we're going to look forward to your next book.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. This was wonderful.
Yes, thank you for joining us today. Ladies, have a fabulous day. Bye now.
Yes, definitely.